Jackie Bush was loading things into her car yesterday when a group of teenagers came up to her, one of them being a boy, saying that he had locked himself out of his house and asked to borrow her phone. I'm here with Stephen Garner. You are one of the kind of people helping lead this project. Kind of tell me, Steve, tell me a little bit about this project. What can we expect tonight? Here right now, we've got the MSU band playing behind me. Really excited. It's been a great day. Vortex Summit gets. If you are familiar with the news business, you will kind of recognize this right here. We're going to take a look into the news studio. So go ahead and take
our AV production lab. So we'll take a peek in here.
And Ashley, the most recent abduction we saw happened earlier this week when 3 people were arrested at a Wichita Falls motel. Ashley, it is a party out here at Lake Wichita Park. You can kind of see behind me, look at this crowd, all enjoying the music out here. There's tons of food trucks out here. It started out as a normal day for Jackie Bush.
I had been answering text messages and calls all morning long.
Jackie Bush was loading things into her car yesterday when a group of teenagers came up to her, one of them being a boy, saying that he had locked himself out of his house and asked to borrow her phone. But then that's when things turned sour.
I yelled out and said, wait, stop, bring me my phone back. But they just kind of laughed and kept on running.
The teens took off with Bush's phone. The next thing Bush did was get in her car in an effort to chase down the teens. She chased the teens for a while, but the group started jumping fences. That's when Bush lost them. She then heads to the police department to file a police report. Much to her surprise,
I have some unfortunate news. We are not able to classify this as a theft because you handed the phone to the guy, the teenager, then you let him borrow the phone.
We asked the Wichita Falls Police Department if this is true. Sergeant Harold McClure says anytime something is taken from you, even if you do loan it, you can file a report of theft.
Just because you give someone your phone to borrow it doesn't give them the right to run off with it and keep it. It would be the same thing as, hey, can you take a picture for me? And so you're standing there and you let someone borrow your camera to take a picture. Well, that doesn't mean that they can run off and now claim ownership of the camera.
As for Bush, she has one hope for the future.
I don't want to say don't try to help somebody, but thinking back on it, and now I hope that in the future I would say, well, if you give me the number, I'll call them for you, rather than handing my phone off.
Now, even though that girl was able to get away, that incident had some Wichita Falls moms telling their kids what to do if they ever got into that situation. It's a parent's worst nightmare. Your child is walking home from school and someone tries to take them. One mother of 7 says the thought of that terrifies her.
It makes sense that that's when someone would do it because there's kids running around everywhere, there's tons of cars. It would take 2 seconds to snatch, grab, drive away, and if you're amidst a million kids, you probably wouldn't notice one kid yell for help. So it's terrifying.
That's why Counselor Laura Ritchie says it's important to have a plan.
They happen all over, even in Wichita Falls, and so that's why it's important to always be proactive and have the conversation early with your child about how to stay safe.
LaRock set ground rules for her family and reminds them anytime they leave to go anywhere, like the grocery store.
Everybody stays in front of mom at all times. They keep one hand on the cart all the time, and we kind of do two, and a baby on me, so they know, nobody goes behind me so that I can see them.
Ritchie says this is a good method to use with kids. Another is to make sure your kids are never alone.
You need to be able to see you, and you need to be able to see me at all times.
In an instance where you and your child may get separated, both moms tell me they've taught their kids to find a safe person.
When we go out places, they know, find somebody that works there. If you see a police officer, anybody, with a name tag of this store that we're at, then that's a safe person to go to.
Josh Stewart has always known he wanted to make a career doing what he loved most.
I was playing in the New Orleans Superdome with the Kenilworth Knights, and I looked up at the top. I was like 5 years old. It was my first season. I looked up at the top of the stadium and just realized this is what I want to do. I want to play football for the rest of my life.
Life has not been easy on Stewart, losing both of his parents by the time he was 6 years old, and then losing everything he had in Hurricane Katrina when he was 12. forcing him and his family to move to Texas. One thing, however, stayed the same.
Those things happened to me. It was like football was my getaway. Football is how I met friends. Football is how I learned how to be, a better man in life.
The game took Stewart to college at Oklahoma State University and later to play professionally for the Tennessee Titans, something he had always wanted. But a torn Achilles cut his career short after 2 years. Now, he's taking the skills he learned and his passion for the game and spreading it at football camps all across North Texas, teaching drills, teamwork, and life lessons.
It's not about me no more. It's about the people that I can impact.
Stewart isn't just coaching for a day. It's his goal to be a part of the Pirate community, spending as much time with these kids as he can, which is why he's renting a house here to stay when he isn't training. He even wants to be a substitute teacher for the Orange and Black. Jesse House is the new head coach at Petrolia.
He's done great with our kids here. We love the fact that he's become a part of Pirate Nation. He's helping us with our kids and our young ones, and this is a great deal for the community and for us.
Stewart says if there's one life lesson that he could teach these kids, it would be this.
No matter what you want to do, that's all that matters. Don't worry about somebody else's input. You know what you want to do, so go for that. It's your life. Why not? They tell you can't do nothing, and they can see that in me. They can go to Google and see all the stuff that people say I can and can't do. But what am I doing? I'm still here, instilling stuff in them, telling them they can. That stuff's not breaking me down. I'm telling them, just go for it all. Why not?